rest of me is down. You enchant me, even when you're not around. If there are boundaries, I will try to knock them down. I'm marching on there, now I know what I have found.
So if I could hear from Mr. Billy Tompkins, I know this was your second convention that you attended, and just your biggest takeaways or things that you learned throughout the weekend.
Okay, so kind of like Cody, when I go to a convention, first one I did the same thing I did it when I got into the business, is the first thing that I do is I analyze the room. I look at the people around me. And basically what I'm doing, and I guess it's instinct, is I'm sizing up. Like, do these people have anything that I don't have? Do they have can they dunk a basketball? I can't do that, but I can work hard. And, looking at that room, like, you saw individuals that have fire. Like, I don't know if Jake Conan hits y'all the way he hits me, but that dude is a monster. And it's not just because he's 6'4", 240 pounds, built like a brick house. It's his mindset. So, I thought to myself as I'm watching these people, and even on our team, like, we have one of the sharpest teams in that whole stadium. But I feel like we're selling ourselves short. We're leaving a lot on the table because of complacency and things like that. But at the end of the day, I'm looking around and I'm like, okay, who do we have here that's getting better? And then I start thinking to myself, I'm like, I did a piss poor job of bringing people to this event. And I say that because I know how to recruit, and I should have had 35 people there, and I didn't. And then the people that were there, some of them weren't engaged, and that's my fault. So I start looking at how going forward can we do better. And at the end of the day, this business is mean, okay? And when I say it's mean, I mean there's people that are in the course right now that are taking the test, that are gonna pass the test, and they're gonna come in and they're gonna have that attitude is, I don't wanna spend money, I don't wanna do this, I don't wanna do that. And if you let those people control you, you'll spend all your time focused on the wrong people. So what I decided during convention, after watching like the top recruiters, is I decided that instead of complaining about what I have to work with, I need to shape what I have to work with. And how do I do that? I do that by setting standards, by recruiting at a high level, and by working with the people that want it as bad as I want it. Because for the next convention, the commitment that I'm going to make is that I'm going to have a very strong presence of people that are engaged, ready to win. Just watching our team, though, we have so much potential. And if you want me to be honest, we're working at about 30%. The potential that we have, we are literally working at 30%. And if you don't believe me, every single one of you that was at convention, ask yourself how many hours a week you're working to the business. Not how many you act like you're working, but how many actual hours you are working. Because I promise you, we are leaving ourselves short. What we have accomplished is great, but what we can accomplish, we haven't even scratched the surface. So I'm super excited, man. A lot of sharp people, a lot of hungry people. And I can't wait to grow with you guys. And like Cody said, competitiveness is either in you or it's not. And if it's not, that's okay. Just do your best and you'll get somewhere. But at the end of the day, I'm competitive. And surround yourself with people that you want to go to war with, so to speak. And I hate to say it, but sometimes I think this career is harder than war. I know that sounds stupid, but anybody that's ever been to war knows that there's a lot of complacent days. In this business, every day is different. So, as far as own what you have going on in your life. If you don't like what you have, assess what you're doing, because I promise you the answers to your success or failures lie in your activity. And the whole waking up early, all that stuff, you know, a long time ago, the first battle of the day is that alarm clock. If you hit the snooze button, you pretty much failed the test, and that's going to correlate through the rest of your day. So, you know, if you're one to use a snooze button, get rid of it. And just, you know, use people that are trying to get to the same place that you're trying to get to. That's really all I got, man. I once again, I wanted to tell you guys I was super impressed with the crew that was out there, and like I said, next time we need to have 4 times that. So let's go.
No, I think, thank you for sharing, first of all, but I think that you hit on something that's really, really important, and it's really being honest with yourself about the work that you're putting in here. I'll never forget the time I attended a grand opening with Sean Mike, and he was looking around the room talking with people, and he asked me how much my highest month was that I had issue paid. This is my 5th month in, and it was 18,000 at the time. And he said, okay, 18,000, how many hours a week do you think that you're working? And don't tell me 40, be honest with me. And I looked at him and I was like, you know, probably about 30 to 35. And he's like, no, more like 20 to 25. Because if you're working 30 to 35 hours a week, there's no reason you want to be issue paying $20,000 a month. And I was like, damn, like it was a smack in the face, a gut check. But at the end of the day, it was exactly what I needed to hear, because I was telling myself that I was working 8 hours a day or 7 hours a day. But in reality, I was really working 4 or 5 hours a day that were effective hours. So you just got to be truthful with yourself. And when you're doing this business, you have to be effective in the time that you're putting in. Like if you're going to sit down and dial from 8 to 8, like let it be an effective 12 hours that you dial, or effective 11 or 10 hours. But like we have to be true and honest with ourselves. And that's where it starts first, is being honest with yourself and not lying to yourself about the work that you're putting in. And so you got to look at yourself and look at your numbers that you've been putting in, and look at the hours that you've been putting in, and really say to yourself, am I putting in 40 hours a week? Because you were putting in 40 hours a week wherever you came from before, most of you. And we're willing to do that every single week because we were told we have to do that or we get fired. So if you're not doing that for yourself, you should fire yourself and then rehire yourself today, because that's the beauty of this business as being a business owner. You can fire yourself and then rehire yourself and start back over. So draw the line in the sand and fire yourself and rehire yourself, and let's attack the day, because this is truthfully day 1 of 2022. We're a month into this business, but annual convention is really like that reset or that conviction that we needed that we can do this business. So thank you for sharing, Billy. I think you hit on some really good points.